Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Stars Align with Matthew John, the show where we talk about the stars with the stars. My guest today is Nikki Leigh. She is an actress, model, and a health and wellness inspirer. Thank you for coming on. I'm really excited.
Oh my gosh, this is so great and so impromptu.
And we're actually filming live from the 2024 Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles, which is just, for me, it's like a magical playground. Like, I feel like a kid again here. Like, I feel like I can let loose and just be myself, you know?
Oh, yeah,
like
you can definitely let loose.
We all get each other here, right?
Oh, yeah. There's no judgment.
No, not at all. And I mean, whether you want to get psychic readings, whether you want to get an energy healing, whether you want to, meet someone that, like, has actual pieces from alien spaceships, and, they got combo. There's just so much here. It's just such a spiritual playground. So
I love it.
Nikki, thank you for being on. So
I
want to hear about, first of all, your journey. You've become a very successful actress for many years. You've done a lot of television, a lot of movies, right? A lot of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And what was your journey with that? And especially, obviously the topic of this show is about the stars. It's about spirituality, right? How has spirituality played into your career over the years?
Oh my gosh. First time I've ever gotten that question. So this is going to be interesting. Well, I mean, I fell into the industry, to answer your first question. I fell into the industry kind of by chance. I got an amazing modeling opportunity that got me a world recognition, to then having that land me in a cameo in a movie. And then from that cameo, I was so enthralled and excited about the community aspect of it. I wanted to be in more than like a day player. So I was like, I'm going to go study, and I did all the work and still do the work. And I was very blessed and on alignment with falling into lead roles. And now I'm a lead actress, which is really phenomenal.
Wonderful.
And so it kind of was just, I feel like manifesting it, and B, just following that intuition and that path. Because I went to school, I got a psych degree, so I have a college bachelor's degree, I have all the things, but it's like I feel I'm now in the entertainment space, which, back then you were thinking like job, school, education. Now you can do it all, thankfully, because I was like, I want to do everything. But I followed my heart and I went to more entertainment, and that has led me to so many things, especially getting to know myself so much more, because you deal with rejection so much more than you do your successes, which people don't know that as much. And so from there, I've had to dive deep, and then the deeper I go and the more either heartache I go through or something where I'm like, what is this? Why am I here? Type thing. And my openness to that answer to that question. So don't ask it unless you're ready.
I would love to know if,
then it's just like, so much more gets revealed to you.
Right.
And I've always had this inkling to tune into my horoscope as a little girl, to answer this into your next question.
Yes.
And I also, it's interesting, I always found myself, whenever I'd read certain things, that it would really align with what I'm going through. And I would find these really random horoscopes or something. And there was one.
So like back in the day, where would you find horoscopes? Because, one of the main topics of the show is astrology, right?
Right.
And we may even look at your chart if you're
Please
open to that.
I'm down.
But like back, we're about the same age, right? Back in the day, where was it the newspaper? Like,
there was like Teen Magazine,
Right,
Cosmo always had one
Cosmo,
for their month,
right?
Always had it for their month,
right.
Or even the newspaper. And I would do these, but then there was one specific. So this was when apps, like the first app was available, type of idea.
Okay. Yep.
So. I don't know how long ago, more than 10 years. It was about 14 years ago. I know this because of my dog's age. About 14 years ago, and there was an app, and it was horoscopes, and I was going through, for me, was a crazy, very unique situation, and it seemed to align so much to where I was like, that's impossible. Like, this is not a common, because, a lot of horoscopes are written for the common people, like, common situations of life.
It felt like it was speaking to you, right?
It gave me a guidebook how to get out of it and through it.
Right.
And through that, I just kept going, okay, I'm going to check tomorrow, and I'm going to check the next day. And every single day for 2.5 years, it guided me through this situation.
Wow.
It was insane. And then now I'm so aligned with the moon cycle and what that moon means in my personal journey, to where it's like deep, deep, deep. And that's
the moon
where I'm
through the
at.
signs, or the moon as it wanes and waxes?
No, the moon through the signs.
Through the signs. So which, like for me, I'm a Leo rising, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm a Scorpio sun. So
Okay.
for me, I guess I feel most comfortable when the moon's in Scorpio and when the moon's in Leo. It makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Virgo moon. Actually, when the moon's in Virgo, for me, sometimes I like it because I get stuff done, but sometimes I can get even a little neurotic, right? Virgo, if you know any Virgo moon people, they're the most neurotic people, right? So,
Are you?
yes. Yes. Although I appear calm and cool on the outside, my mind's not always as quiet. But for you,
Yes.
which moon sign would you say?
To be quite honest, I feel I have just been very surprised and trusting in the fact that these moon cycles have been so, like, I can go to it and it's my guidebook to life, like legitimately. So I have not yet really pinpointed which sign, or when the moon is in a certain sign, how that affects me.
So you are, and we'll go more into this later, but you're a Libra moon.
I'm a Libra moon.
Libra moon, right?
Yes.
Libra moon, the moon is how you think, right? The sun is who you are. This is the way I simplify it for everyone.
Okay.
The sun is who you are, the moon is how you think, and your ascendant is who you appear to be, right? To the world, right?
Okay.
To others. So Libra moon, it's all about harmony.
Yeah.
And relationships, and how can we work with other people, because Libra is the ruler of the 7th house, the descendant, right? The ascendant is who we are as an individual. The descendant is how we integrate with other people, right? So I would imagine when the moon is in Libra, you probably feel like good, because you probably feel like, oh, my relationships feel harmonized, things are peaceful.
Yeah.
Was that your experience?
Yeah, yeah.
So you start out, you were young, you're reading the horoscopes, Cosmo,
Wherever
right?
I can find it.
The teen magazines.
Yeah.
Have you ever, like you talked before about manifestation, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, for you to have reached the levels you've reached with your acting career, which is remarkable, and probably onward and upward, I would imagine, that I would feel,
yes,
right?
Sir, yes, sir.
When you talk about manifestation, is that something that has been conscious? Like, were you, for example, did you ever do magic? Did you ever do rituals? Did you ever do, scripting or law of attraction type work? Because I do that stuff all the time.
Okay.
Why do you think I'm here, right?
I am learning that, I'm learning that, and I am manifesting and finding new ways to bring that into my surroundings, because I want to learn more of that. So, off camera, help me out.
Okay. I'll show you my magic oils.
I'm like, whatever you got.
They're under the table.
Awesome. I'm like, I'm in search of guidance of that, because I'm more aware of that.
Actually,
now.
the right person to ask, because I've been doing magic for 15, 16 years now. I actually teach classes on witchcraft.
I love it. Yeah. Shut up. So, we're all in it. I got friends for you too.
Perfect. Yeah. Bring them my way.
That's amazing. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm
you know what?
Learning that. My human design is manifester.
Okay. Mine too.
Okay.
Yeah. Mine too.
Yes.
And I was going to say, like, Hollywood, like, I'm not in Hollywood. You're in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm here.
Like, everyone wants to say, oh, I know people in Hollywood. But it's like, look, she's in Hollywood, right? But from what I know, from what I hear, there are a lot of people in Hollywood that do law of attraction stuff. They do. Yeah.
Jim Carrey is a big one, right?
Absolutely,
and he's amazing. I mean, it's great. I think he's amazing. And just hearing his story is pretty cool.
It is, absolutely. And, like, I love, one of my favorite things is when I see in a movie astrology, like, getting talked about, right?
Yeah.
And it for most of the general public, I think a lot of times it goes over their head.
Yeah.
But for someone like me, I'm watching a movie and they're like, oh, I forget what movie I was watching, but one of the characters like, oh, my astrologer told me to not do anything during Mercury retrograde. I'm like, good advice.
Yeah. No. And so you asked how I use it in my career. Because I'm more aware of this, and I have an astrologer that I love to go to, Shannon Gill. and she will tell me certain times of, okay, if there's a project that comes into your ether like now or until here,
right,
focus on that one. Or if there's, or maybe there's a time like Mercury retrograde or something like that, I wouldn't touch that one with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, that's a way that I can also gauge projects on whether they're going to be for my greater good or not.
So it's really interesting, like being in a career like you or I, a creative space where, a lot of it's opportunities that are presented to us. They don't always end up fully manifesting. Like some do.
Yeah. No,
right.
Yeah.
And some just kind of go by the wayside. But what's interesting is if you actually look
but it's
back,
all a lesson.
It is, yes. No matter what it is. You're right.
No matter what. So it's fine.
You're right.
It's fine. We all have to learn something.
And so much of it, and like this is part of what I, again, neurotic Virgo moon, right? Mm-hmm. Letting go and just allowing myself to be in the flow, right? Rather than having to try to plan out everything, because that's what we do as Virgo moons. We plan everything intricately.
Don't I know it?
And then when things don't happen like the way we expected, right? Yeah, I mean, what am I? I'm talking to a Virgo. I'm literally I'm talking to a Virgo right here, so everything I'm saying, right?
I know exactly. I'm learning and knowing and totally resonating everything you say.
And and for you, I think that the Libra moon aspect, because Libra, it's up here, right? Mm-hmm. Virgo's here. Mm-hmm. Virgo's very like cut and dry in 3D, right? It's the planning, it's the scheduling, it's the logistics, right? Mm-hmm. Which is an important part of life. But that Libra moon aspect, right? That's the gliding. Like the more you step into that, I would imagine like
it has
things
allowed
happen, right?
So many beautiful things. But it's been a journey to even understand to let go. To
same
reach
here.
That.
Yeah.
So any help?
We will.
I don't care if y'all know about my life, all right?
No.
I want to know about my life too.
Most people don't. Yeah, but most people at your level, like people find your natal chart anyways. Like you can look up any celebrity's natal chart anyways, right?
I mean, people have found my phone number for Christ's sake, so it's fine. We can figure it out.
We will get there. But one thing I wanted to say, Mercury retrograde, right? So what's interesting, if you look back, like in your career at projects that, like pitches that came and went nowhere, or meetings that happened and went nowhere, you'll find a lot of times they happen during a Mercury retrograde, right?
I think if knowing more that I know now, I think if I looked back on certain times and dates and things like that, I could probably be like, wow, yes, I know exactly.
And that's an interesting aspect of astrology that I've dabbled in a little bit. It's like, okay, God forbid something awful happened to someone, they got in a car accident or something, but what were the transits at that point, right? Was it Uranus squaring Mars in the sixth house?
I had a big car accident during something like that.
You did? Okay.
Yep, I did.
What do you remember which planets?
No, if I tell you the date and the year, if I tell you all that, then we could figure it out.
Yeah, we could look that up later.
Yeah.
Usually it's Uranus, like the bastards, the bitches in astrology are Uranus and Pluto generally, right?
Pluto's
Saturn can also be because
and rebirth, right?
Yes, and Saturn is restricting. So, for example, like let's say you get in a car accident and then you don't have a car for a while, or God forbid you get injured, right? Saturn can provide that restriction. Mars is about the physical world, right? So usually you'll get a square between some of those.
Oh, I love all this info.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, astrology, you're big on astrology, right? What else? Just above us, don't change the shot, Alexis, but I'm the international starseed guy, right?
Oh, I've been wanting to learn about starseeds. I have no idea.
Okay. Do you know, like, have you heard at all, like, what a starseed is?
Not really.
Okay. Awesome.
No.
Awesome.
People have told me-ish, like, actually, they haven't told me shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They've only showed me a book that said it was a starseed book, and I'm like, that looks interesting. And so that's as far as I've actually gone, to be quite frank.
Briefly, a starseed. Okay. So think of it as a binary thing, and as a Virgo, you get this. Either you're a starseed or you're not a starseed. If you're not a starseed, you're what's called an earth seed.
Okay.
If you're an earth seed, your soul originates from the earth itself.
Oh.
And as the Hindus know, you came up as a soul through the plant and animal kingdom and then graduated to becoming a human. In fact, a lot of, like, there's so many cute dogs here, like a lot of dogs that are pets, their next lifetime, like the reason they're pets for a human is because they're actually learning how to be human, and next lifetime they will.
Oh, mine
right?
is definitely that.
Or your dog
He's
can be
my angel,
he can be a
actually.
starseed as well, because some animals are pets are starseeds.
He's an angel. So what's an angel? And so wise.
What's your dog's name?
Cody.
Cody.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's 14?
14.
Wow. What kind of dog?
He's a Pomeranian.
Oh,
I know. He's cute, but I didn't choose him. He was given to me as a gift. I wouldn't have chosen the cute little fluffy dog, but I love him. He's so great. But I'm like, I was blessed with him. Yeah, it wasn't something I like chose. Like, you know, it was interesting.
I have a dog, Sebastian.
Oh.
When I was traveling in Brazil, he came to me.
Oh, amazing!
He came home. He's a Brazilian immigrant.
I love it. He's smuggling.
It's hard. I almost start crying anytime I see dogs. Like that. That's how important. Like out of everything on Earth, like everything. And there's so many fun things, relationships, and the Conscious Life Expo, and hiking and hockey. Dogs. Like, if I had to pick one thing about being a starseed and an alien coming to Earth, it's dogs.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah, dogs. They're unconditional love. I mean,
that's
what we want.
They are, and they teach us, like, my dog always brings me back and teaches me, like when I get too hard on myself, like, I look in his eyes, and it's like, I hear it. It's like, Daddy, like, be nice to yourself, you know, right? Oh, Daddy, I want you to, you know, be kind to yourself, forgive yourself, let it go, right?
Oh, I love that. Okay.
So there are starseed dogs too. Anyways,
that's amazing.
Get back to it.
I don't know if I'm a starseed or an earthseed.
You are. You're a starseed. So.
Oh, how do you know?
Yeah, I can tell, and I'll be able to tell.
Okay.
I'll be able to tell which type you are. But so a starseed means that your soul, like the most ancient part of yourself, has originated from somewhere off planet. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It means you've been a very highly evolved being on a different planet, on a different realm, even in a different star system or galaxy, right? And then what happens is all souls start somewhere. So you started as a soul somewhere else. You went up through the rungs of this book. This is my friend Todd Devine's book, and just
amazing.
As a courtesy to him, I'm selling him, but somewhere. I won't bore the audience with this, but anyways, there's levels up through the densities, right? Okay. So you can go up or you can go down. So there's an upward trajectory. We're in the third density. We're in the third dimension, right? Okay. We're trying to reach the fourth density as a planet, right? Yeah. That's what the Ascension or the New Age is about, right? Okay. But we're unique. Earth is unique, where it's one of the only planets left in the Milky Way that's at this third density or third dimension. Okay? So I come from, Alexis comes from, you come from planets that are very highly evolved. And you've reached such a high point of evolution that you say, this is great. Like, life is blissful all the time. But I want to re-experience what it's like to be very dense and physical. I want to re-experience what it's like to have a lot of problems and trials and tribulations, and to have to go to a world with war and disease and greed and all the injustice, right? So you intentionally, it's called a fractalization. You intentionally fractalize, and you send that piece of self to Earth. You enter into the astral realm, the reincarnation cycle of Earth, and you choose, maybe one lifetime you were, I don't know, in ancient Greece. I think you were, actually. I think you were in ancient Greece in one life. And
I love it there.
I think you were a man, and you were some sort of like philosopher, like an understudy to like a philosopher.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Honestly. Oh my God. Stoicism and all that is like I love it. Yeah. Marcus Aurelius is one of my favorite.
Because you're probably there like around that time in ancient Greece.
I totally believe you on that.
Egypt, right?
Oh, I need to go back I need to go to Egypt for sure.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
But we've all had also like mundane lives. It's like, the old joke is like, why is no one ever, I think there's a Seinfeld joke, like, why is no one ever Joe the plumber in past lives, right? We've all had mundane, where we're just working on a farm or, trading or whatever, right?
Hey,
But you get to this life, right, where you and I are at, and all of us, probably almost all of us here, and it's called the Ascension Life because we're intending to heal all the karma, all the baggage we've carried in this life, right? So we can evolve, and it's a vibrational evolution, right? And it's a long-term thing where it's like it's not in a day, but if you look back, the best way is like look at yourself now. Like if you could, take a bird's eye view of yourself now compared to 5, 10, 15 years ago, like how much better do you react to emotional turmoil? How much better do you react to like interpersonal situations, right?
A lot better.
How much
I've done
better
the work.
have you got?
I'm doing
exactly.
the work.
And that's what vibrational ascension is actually about. That's how it actually manifests in the 3D Virgo world, right?
Oh my gosh. Good. I'm glad I'm doing the right things.
So you are a Sirian, I have to tell you, a Sirian Starseed.
Oh.
I'm a Sirian Starseed. Alexis is a Sirian Starseed as well.
Oh shoot.
Our color is blue.
Oh,
okay?
I know.
Yes.
Everything is blue in my life.
Every Sirian Starseed, your favorite color is blue.
Can I tell you?
Yes.
Everything growing up was blue in my life, from my eyes to my birthstone to every school I went to was blue.
Yep.
I always had to wear.
Yeah, that's right. I had blue. My school colors were blue and gold. Yeah.
Blue. Yeah. Yes. And so I would always be like, I felt blue was being so pushed on me that I kind of was like, no
too
to
much
blue, too much blue. But now I am actually loving blue.
Dabba da was you, right? You were.
Yeah. Oh my God. I just want to see for that. I truly I think I was so anti-blue just because it was too much forced on me. I was like, I want to choose blue. I don't want it to be me all of the time.
But are you coming back around?
I'm totally coming back around.
Right,
I'm like, now I have a blue couch. I mean,
that's
I love blue.
What I like,
I do love blue, and I'm loving also now we're seeing so many different colors, hues of blue.
Yes.
It's beautiful, and I love that.
Here's an interesting thing. I have found, have you ever had this experience, ever since I started, on my ascension path, when I feel really, filled with light, at places like this, I swear I see new colors that I haven't seen before. New shades of colors. What I mean, not new colors, new shades, right?
I will, I'm going to be more aware of that now.
Yeah, see,
I think that's cool.
For me, it's been, I don't know, coming off of an ayahuasca trip or coming off of a chiropractic or massage session or whatever, right?
Those. Yeah.
Or just being in a place like this where it's just, you feel like you're just embedded in the spiritual energy. Yeah, the heart just opens, right?
Here to receive,
And it's just, I've noticed that with vision. The other thing about Sirian Starseeds is entertainment. So many entertainers are Sirian Starseeds, right?
Oh, that's funny.
I do comedy, as I told you. I'm doing the stand-up here,
right? Fun.
And you've done comedies.
Yeah, I've done comedies.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
And it's a palpable part of your vibe is the humor aspect, right? You're very light on your feet energetically, right? And that is Sirian as well, right?
Hey, I love
the affinity with dogs, Sirian. Okay, why? Sirius is the dog star, right? Okay. The other thing is crystals. As Sirians, we just kind of intuitively know the power, right, of this and
oh honey,
what we can do with it.
My whole house is crystals. I'm here going squirrel to every crystal thing.
By the way, have you been to the Tucson Gem Show?
Not yet. I came from there. Bad.
Yeah.
Because it already just passed, right?
No, it's still going on. You can go, but it ends I think on the 14th. But Nikki, I got a crystal tower. Okay.
Yes.
Yay wide and that tall.
Yeah.
And it's shipped to my house. Quartz, pure quartz.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The price was out of this world. Out of this world good.
Oh good. I should just
say it was $200.
That's amazing.
Isn't that nuts?
I love that for you.
Yeah, $200. And then I got an amethyst like that, right? And also $200.
Oh my God. Yeah. I gotta go.
Go next year because
I will. Don't worry, I'm there. I'm already there, manifesting.
Even the ones that are which would be $25,000, you can get $2,000.
I've heard. I've
So-
heard it. I'm yes.
But
it's
yeah,
on my radar.
as Sirians, we absolutely have an affinity for crystals, especially quartz.
Okay. Yeah, I have.
And then the other thing is water. When we live by the water, or we visit the water, or we're in the water, or we're connected with the water, we feel the most connected, like spiritually.
Makes so much sense.
And that's because a lot of the Sirian planets are either full-on water planets,
I felt like I was a mermaid.
and a lot of Sirians were, and you were.
I was
You
a
were.
mermaid.
So a lot of the Sirian planets actually have like merpeople. You know, let's not be sexist here. Merpeople.
Okay, yeah,
right?
sorry.
I think I was a mermaid, not a merman. Actually, I just seem
That'd
to
be
have
really
a
interesting.
memory. There's a Great Big Sea song. It's this band from Newfoundland about mermaids and like fishermen that were lonely, away from their wives for like months on end on the sea, right? And it's like her top part was a woman, but her bottom part was a fish.
Oh yeah, bummer. Sorry, bro.
So, but then the song ends where top part was an ugly fish, but the bottom part was a girl.
Oh,
and then
God.
it goes back into the chorus. It's a great song. Yeah.
That's funny.
Great Big Sea, the mermaid song.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will.
Great band. Do you know where Newfoundland is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you been there?
No.
Like most people do not know where Newfoundland is.
No.
Can you pronounce
just came
it?
back. Newfoundland.
Close. It's more like Newfoundland. Like you don't say the D. Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
You gotta say it really good. Yeah, close. Yeah.
Newfoundland.
It's not Newfoundland. It's Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Newfoundland.
And then you just
Newfoundland.
leave off the D. If
Okay.
you go there, you will not be able to understand a word anyone says.
All right, done.
Like like real Boston accents, like
Oh,
like
yeah.
Mark Wahlberg, like in
You're
The
like,
Departed,
wow.
right?
Yes.
It's way worse. It's like eight times worse.
Okay.
Great part of the world, though. I
Noted.
love the Maritimes. I love fish. I love, but long story short, we love the ocean.
Yeah.
We love
Okay.
the ocean.
Yeah, I love that. Good to know too. I've actually been more connected with water recently as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, as Starseeds, we're not always just one.
Okay.
And so usually
I don't think I was
the
just
first
one.
awakening with Starseeds is like, okay, figure out, like for me, I'm Sirian,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But then I figured out, I'm Blue Avian. I'm Andromedan as well, right?
Oh.
You're also Lyran.
What's Lyran?
Lyran, the Lyra star system, right? Alexis is nodding. She's feeling it too.
Yes. We got confirmation.
A lot of them look like lions, kind of like me, right? Or cats, right? And or mix of like humans and cat or humans and lion, like humans with fur, right?
So funny.
And the Lyran Starseeds, like a lot of it is about. So, by the way, with the Sirians, the entertainment thing, like the way they teach their young, like people, their children,
Their kids, yeah.
is through theater.
Oh.
And a lot of it's through comedy. Like that's how the children learn, is through theater.
Oh, I like that.
So like, I was always a theater kid. I would imagine you were a theater
I
kid.
wasn't.
You weren't.
No,
you
my
came on kind
parents
of late.
didn't. Yeah, I came
Okay.
on late.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was sports. I was
I was sports too.
and
What?
cheer
Okay,
and
softball?
dancer, softball,
How did you know that?
psychic.
Psychic.
I know, softball. Yeah, that's so funny. I love this.
Me,
Keep
it was
going.
hockey and
Keep
baseball.
going. I love that. I love hockey.
Yeah?
Yeah. I go to
Kings
hockey
or
games
Ducks?
all the time. Ducks,
Okay.
but
They are awful.
hey, we just won
Have you
against the
ever met
Avalanche.
Trevor
and-
Zegras?
Huh?
You ever met Trevor Zegras?
No, I can't say I have.
Oh.
I don't
You know
think
who it
so.
is, right?
He's on the Ducks.
Yeah, but he's the legit like star. Like he's
I know, but-
the 21-year-old young star,
Yeah,
He does the Michigan, where you pick it up on the stick and right.
yeah, he's
right?
great. He's phenomenal.
He's
but
phenomenal,
no, I have not
right?
met him.
And his hair,
Is
he's got
he?
great flow, right?
Yeah.
It would be the Ducks have been bad for a long time since Ryan Kessler left, but
Yeah, but it's okay. They'll come back. Look,
They will
I'm
come
just going. I just like the game, the aggression, the
I know.
fun, the sport of it.
it's the best sport on earth.
Oh, it's so much fun. There's so much energy, all
skate?
right there. Yeah, I can skate.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
Can you shoot a puck?
I'm sure I could.
Well, you don't know though.
No, I don't know. But I'm an athlete.
I can feel that.
Yeah, I can do it.
Now in softball, you pitched?
No.
Or shortstop.
I played shortstop for a hot second, but I was so fast and I loved the I was always outfield because I would love to just
Okay.
run around and
just catch, crow hop it, and
yeah,
get
very
someone
into
home,
that.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep.
So softball. What else?
I
Cheer.
mean, cheer and dance.
Right.
I was I've been a dancer my whole life.
Right.
Yep. Cheer dance, and I love volleyball.
Volleyball.
I love volleyball, but I was never on like a team or anything.
You should not to like tell you what you should do, but like
I'll listen.
you could pick up hockey. Like so many girls play.
Yeah.
Like even 20 years ago when I was growing up, and now more than ever, this is actually a professional women's league, right? It's like you could totally pick it up.
I think I could pick it up. I think that'd be fun. I used to skate a lot.
Yeah.
Like rollerblades.
It's just a little different skating where you're a little bit lower down because the stick is your third leg essentially. Your third balance point essentially, right?
Yeah. That'd be interesting. It'd be a good venture.
You could absolutely we're gonna head to Ducks Ice or whatever in Anaheim after this.
We'll go link
right?
for sure. Yeah.
Do a skate and shoot. Got to tell you, there's one more starseed that you are that I got to tell you that.
Oh yay, please.
So Lyran, So Lyran Starseeds, they are very much into sport. They're very much into all the Earth sport, food, travel.
Sport, food, travel. That's me.
The 3D stuff. Because on the Lyran planets, they are very much into all that stuff.
Wow.
Like they enjoy. It's a higher vibrational realm, but they enjoy all of the really earthy stuff. And a lot of Lyran Starseeds are Earth signs, and you are a Virgo.
I am a Virgo. I am a Earth sign.
So, and there's one more.
My dad's gonna laugh at this.
Yes.
Okay.
Your dad's got to see this.
You've got to know.
Well, there's two more. The one other in the Milky Way, you're Arcturian as well. You're Arcturian.
What's Arcturian?
Your Arcturians, it's a little bit of a different vibe. Okay, they are very cerebral. They're very much thinkers. They're very good with language
I'm great
and
with
sound.
Yeah.
A lot of Arcturian Starseeds are really into music, sound frequencies, sound healing, things like that. That's and also the plants, like if you're a plant mom, right?
I love
plants. That's very
I appreciate
Arcturian.
all the little
Appreciating kind of the consciousness of plants because that's something they're really, really into on the Arcturian realms is cultivating horticulture, like crossbreeding and creating like plants that are literally alive and can smile or can communicate, right? So that's that, and then. For a lot of Milky Way starseeds, like myself and like you, our souls actually originally come from the Andromeda Galaxy, which is the sister galaxy to the Milky Way.
Oh.
The sister galaxy, it's the older galaxy. And actually, scientists know, NASA knows that the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy are on this very, very slow collision course. It's like, if a snail were to start in Manhattan and a snail were to start in Long Beach and try to meet in Nebraska, right? That's how long it would take, billions of years, right?
Yeah.
But the Andromeda Galaxy is the big sister galaxy. So many of the beings on planet Earth, not just planet Earth, but the galaxy as a whole are actually originally from the Andromeda Galaxy. So this is how old there's levels. On one level, you have past lives on Earth.
Okay.
On another level, you have an enormous amount of past lives on other planets, right? Like we talked about. And ultimately it's your true self being funneled down into what can fit in a human vessel.
Wow.
Okay. Like my friend Todd who wrote these books, he said one thing that makes a lot of sense is like if you were to take all the energy that you are like as a Sirian, right? And try to fit it into a human body, you would literally walk the earth as like a deity. Like you would be able to be invisible and walk through walls and move things. The Sirians built the pyramids of Giza, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
Yeah.
Do you believe aliens built them?
No.
You don't?
Oh, the aliens
pyramids of
built?
Giza.
Yes. I haven't dove deep into that, but I don't disregard it.
And have you been there yet?
No.
Okay. When you go to the pyramids, you're gonna. The one thing that I always say, and people always agree with me, they are so much bigger than they actually seem in pictures. Like they are enormous. You can see them from all over Cairo, right? And you're standing, and you're like, "There's no fucking way that people built this. We couldn't even build this in 2024, or we'd have a lot of trouble building it."
Right.
It's
I hear you.
aliens, right? So, and that was the Sirians helping and teaching the post-Atlantean humans how to move these blocks, right? With sound, essentially, with frequency.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I've
the
heard
blocks would be massive blocks like the size of this room would be built, and then they'd be moved,
Through the
levitated with frequency.
I
right?
heard that recently. That's funny.
But anyways, you would walk around like a god if you had all your energy. So we funnel down, and we're just
we're just
right,
funneling.
right. But we're just a sliver of that here, right?
I need more
And
slivers.
That's why we sometimes. But that's what happens during the ascension is you start to recover.
Honey.
So like,
yay.
Like today, learning about that you're a starseed, maybe that can be a window opening, right? An awakening.
Yes.
Right?
I love you. Like, I'm all for it. This has been amazing and continuing to be amazing.
What did Tate McRae say? I would love myself.
That's cute. Yeah. Well, you have all this knowledge.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Thank you.
It's great.
So, we promised to look at your natal chart,
yes,
and I think that would be so much fun. Okay, so Nikki Leigh, as we said, we'll go over kind of not just for you, but I like to think of this podcast, I'm also like kind of teaching.
Okay,
right?
yeah, because you're teaching me.
Right. So the sun, as we said, is who you are, essentially, right? Virgo is Earth, right?
Yes.
Virgo is we could almost say it's somewhat of that mixture between Earth and air in a way, because it is a mutable Earth.
Yes.
And the quality of mutable is an air quality to it because it's shifting, right? So Virgos are wonderful innovators, right? A lot of Virgos invent things. A lot of Virgos are really, really intelligent people, right? And they are able to see patterns very well. Virgo, sun, or moon, right? I'm a pattern recognizer through and through. And Virgos are generally good at like we talked about, having a vision, having goals, like progressing towards something, right?
Yeah.
And of course, sometimes we have to, watch out that we don't get too rigid.
Right. Right. That's been my lesson recently, is my rigidness.
The rigidity or the pickiness or right, everything has to be perfect. And that's been me too as a Virgo moon, So you get that.
I totally.
The ascendant, right? That's who we appear to the world.
Okay.
It's how people perceive us, right? Aquarian people are the most easygoing. They're the most affable. They're the friendliest. They're so easy to talk to, which you absolutely are.
Thanks.
Like, since the moment we met, you're so easy to talk to, right?
Cool, yeah.
And that's such an Aquarian. And, Aquarian ascendants also, they have an eye, an ear, their mind towards, like, not just, the self, like, what's good for me, but what's good for the group. What's good for everyone here, right?
Yeah,
at a party, making sure everyone's having fun, right?
Yeah.
Where I'm a Leo ascendant, so I'm on the other side of that, right? So if I'm not careful, I could be a little selfish or self-centered, right? But
I admire that, actually. I have some
it's so
friends
natural,
who
but
are...
I've had to come down with that,
Yeah.
Like, I was always perceived as arrogant, like in my teens, 20s, right? It was until I started getting more spiritually evolved that I was able to tone that down and integrate it, right?
Understand, be more in awareness of it.
Right. But we are like pretty, funny, entertaining, affable people, right?
Strong. My grandma was a Leo.
Yeah.
She was super strong, super prideful.
It's a lion. It's the strength card in the tarot.
I know. She's very strong. She was very strong.
But Aquarius rising, right, is about that, that community aspect of things, right?
And that's what I need and thrive off of.
And I would imagine you probably have the most fun with projects when it's the right people, when it's the people you vibe with the most,
it feels
right?
family.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Exactly why I got into acting, actually, was that whole, I wanted to be a part of a family. Yeah. And it felt like we were all working towards one goal. We have this movie. Everyone has their part.
I love that.
And that is what attracted me to movie making.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all this, right? From the producer to the director to the makeup artist,
Everyone matters. Everyone matters.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
Do you have any aspirations, like, of other aspects of filmmaking?
Yeah, I do. I mean, the more I know about it, I would love to like direct and produce for sure.
Because I feel that for you. I do.
Yeah,
I
would
feel you'd
love
be
that.
wonderful.
Writing would be really fun too,
Yeah.
honestly, like creating that story. But I feel that that would be something I would need to partner with somebody.
Yeah.
And and I have someone definitely in mind.
That's the Libra moon. Libra moon, because again, Libra is a descendant, it's the 7th house. Libra moon people will gravitate towards partnering, especially partner, because Libra is about the two.
Yeah.
Aquarius is about the many, right?
Mm.
So with someone to work on things, right?
Yes.
So
I feel, actually, it's funny you say this, like I have felt like when I'm in a relationship,
yeah,
even if it's like a best friendship, but if I'm in a relationship that's really, communicative, reliable, I feel like I can be myself authentically. I feel I thrive along with like the group thrives, because I feel I can bring, obviously, like I can bring so much to it because I feel safe to do so. And from there, whatever I am growing with this other person will be like an empire.
Makes sense.
I truly, truly believe that. So, like I'm just in this specific conversation focusing on like a romantic relationship. Like I don't feel I am going to thrive or find my own until I really find my like person.
Yeah. And there is a truth. There is a truth to that.
No,
there is a truth to that. There is, and not only do you have, a Libra moon, but your sun is conjunct your south node in the seventh house, which is the house of partnership, right? So the south node is essentially where we draw our strength from in life, right?
Oh my God.
It's our support system.
Yeah, I need that support.
So yeah, it is true. Is when you do integrate with the right person, it actually will provide a tremendous amount of fuel for everything else in your life.
I feel that.
And it's something. It's not like, oh, you gotta wait. It's like no. Your soul will bring that at the right time,
for sure,
right? And that will be coinciding with whatever the next step of your evolution, your career is. Right?
Yeah, I totally believe that.
Absolutely. And that's and the sun as well in the 7th house. Again, there's so much just your focus in life is about, a lot of it is about relationships, right? I would imagine, if you do, not if, when you do write, when you do direct, whatever, the content, the show, the movie would do great if it's relationship heavy, right? The ins and out of the emotions and the story of a relationship, right?
I totally agree with that.
That would be great.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about.
I'm sure. Mercury is conjunct your moon in Libra in the 8th house. So do you know about the 8th house?
No, can't specifically say.
By the way, if there isn't a movie yet called The 8th House, that would be a great title.
All right, done. Tell me about it though.
Right.
I'm interested.
The 8th house it's the most, in a way, the most important and also the creepiest and the most intense. It's the house of Scorpio. It's the house of Scorpio, right?
Stinger.
So it's the intense emotions, right, of life. It's the house of sex, right?
Oh, we're in it. Okay.
Okay. It's a house of legacies and inheritances. It's a house of death. It's the death card in the tarot. It's a house of death and rebirth. It's a house of transformation. It's a house of spirituality, right? So the 8th house is the window.
This sounded like a sexy, I like it already.
Lifetime.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no, bigger.
No, bigger
than that.
What's
bigger than that?
Amazon?
What's bigger than Lifetime?
I don't know in the industry.
The movie theater?
A real goddamn movie, right? A real goddamn movie.
Marvel is bigger than Lifetime.
Well, look, we got the title. We're gonna write this.
Yeah,
all right?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm all for. I've always wanted to write. Seriously.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
The 8th house, not the movie. You got to trademark this though right away.
Okay.
Before I put this up.
Yeah.
But the 8th house in astrology, for you, because it's Mercury and because it's the moon, that's the window into the spirit world for you, right? There's certain marks.
I have the chills right now because I'm so interested in it right now and learning it and like magical and all the things we've talked about. it's like pulsating out of my hands right now.
Yeah, you'll probably get a pendulum after this too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That, like, so there's certain marks in someone's chart that I call mediumship marks,
Okay.
right? You have one. You have one.
Oh, tell me. I just got this.
Yeah,
Please do tell me.
It's the Mercury conjunct Moon in the 8th house in an air sign in Libra. You will, if you aren't already, maybe you've had glimpses, you'll be able to be an actual medium, like communicating with the other side, right?
Huh. That's actually something
you know,
that
be
I
a really
want.
creepy, like, movie is like the 8th house. A woman that is a medium that develops a relationship with a spirit. Like, I've actually had
I'm
a lot
sure
of
that
clients.
might actually, yeah.
I've
sure
had a
that's
lot of
possible.
clients that actually
Have done that.
Yeah, like old ladies that are
right.
lonely,
Yeah. I'm sure that's possible. Actually, I just watched a trailer.
We're
I watched
pitching movies.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of trailers yesterday, actually, because I want to go back to the movie theater. I miss it.
Yeah.
And Lisa Frankenstein.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen it, but it's Lisa Frankenstein, this new movie that's literally about this girl who, like, kind of in high school, kind of an outcast, and I could be butchering this, but this is what I got from the trailer. Like, kind of an outcast, and she wants to have this relationship with this guy who's already died. Like, she kind of goes to like a gravesite and then kind of like reads. He could be a famous like poet or something, right? Something like that, where she has something tangible of his, like a book he wrote maybe, and like and she falls in love with this person, this idea, and was like, I wish that you would be real type thing, and he comes up from the dead.
Wow.
And
he stole my idea.
Comes up from the dead, and he is like a he's dead, and he's like a zombie, and it's about this whole kind of coming of age / romantic rom-com. Like, it's cute. No, I mean, I want to see it.
In the 8th house, how about if how about if it's a young woman, like in her 20s, right? And she's just like lonely, disconnected, and she develops, like, a medium tells her that she can be a medium, and there's someone trying to contact her, and she actually starts a relationship with the spirit. But there's an actual, like, human guy that is a love interest, like her ex that's coming back, and the spirit is trying to, like, actually push her away from that relationship because the spirit wants her.
That could be a comedy too. Like, there could be comedic relief in that.
Definitely, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right. It would all depend. Our wheels are turning.
It's not a bad idea, though, right?
No, it's not a bad idea. No, I love this.
You have another mediumship mark. You have Pluto in the 9th house in Scorpio.
Who talked to me about that?
Right. Well, Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, right?
Damn right.
So,
if I'm going to do anything in a house, it's going to have all the kings and queens, right?
Exactly. So, we're both the Pluto and Scorpio generation because we're relatively the same age, right?
Okay.
So Pluto is generational, where you can group people that were born during when Pluto's in a certain sign, but what really is important is the house, right? Okay. So because for you it's in the 9th house, which is the house of philosophy. And again, going back to Marcelo Aurelius, right?
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius.
Marcus Aurelius, right? And maybe being a philosopher in a past life. But what it's going to do, it's going to make you super interested in, like, accumulating, gathering as much knowledge, wisdom about, like, listening to me explain to you the Starseed stuff today, right?
No, and I'm all enthralled.
And reading about it and watching, talks and podcasts, etc. Like, that's that, right?
Huh. Okay, so that mediumship.
So those are two.
So the
like,
two mediumships
signs
are like
the Mercury and the Moon in the
9th house.
In Libra in the 8th house.
That
right?
one.
And then Pluto and Scorpio in the 9th.
Okay,
right?
So what does that mean? Like, mediumship in what sense? Like, it will, like, either, like, describe
actual
that in layman's
mediumship
terms.
at some point, like
just being able to connect with
guides, spirits, loved ones on the other side.
I totally believe that. And I feel like I'm open to that, A. B, I have been seeking ways to study and understand and, like, help me. Like, I'm like, help me.
It takes just a little bit of kind of having a methodology, especially being a Virgo, being an Earth sign.
Yeah, I need a method.
I'll teach you a little bit. Okay, it's really once you kind of
Oh my
understand the important piece for everyone is
Yeah.
you learn how your own
Yes.
antennas work.
Yes.
And once you learn how, when someone's in front of me or on the phone and they want me to talk to their mother on the other side, right? It is like making a phone call. I know it sounds corny, but it really is like that. You're just making a connection. And once you have the connection, maybe I get a vision of her. Maybe I smell something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I start to hear words in my head, and then I start to tell the client. So that's, it's not as difficult as one thinks if one is already
open-minded to
open, right? And your third eye is not fully open, but
it's not.
You
But
knew that?
it can't be because otherwise I feel like there'd be so much more. But I want it to be. So
your third eye's like that. So ideally, you want it like that. Right?
Okay.
Mine's a little overly big, but I'm used to it.
How do
Your crown is almost fully open though.
Oh, my crown feels good.
Yeah.
Is there any other? Can you see them all, or just these?
No,
two?
I can see them all. The root. Root is relatively good. Sacral is open.
I've been working on that one.
Sacral's very good right now. The solar plexus is pretty good. I feel like you probably worked on that a lot too.
I have been working on a lot.
That probably before.
It was not.
And
good.
maybe you might have
People
could have run you over, verbally, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm doing qigong and a lot of these
amazing.
Yeah. So there's a lot. I'm working on opening everything. My heart was
is totally open. Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I've been working on that. You guys don't even understand how much I've worked on my heart chakra. Like, legitimately.
And the throat is not fully open.
No, it's not.
Which is interesting, being in
help.
your...
I know.
But I think the key is for you and for a lot of people in this place, it's just stepping more into your authenticity, which is, I think, why you're here this weekend. And this is what this is about, is like opening that part of self, which is what you literally told me when we met, right?
Yeah,
but I want to dive back in and open this part up.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about, right?
I'm in the right spot.
You're in the right spot. And what's interesting, it'll be interesting to see how your work reflects that. I mean, like, here you are in this weird spiritual guys podcast, right? But it's like, what sort of work will, manifest in the Hollywood world for you that is almost like you start maybe playing more of the spiritual characters.
I would.
And it'll happen. It will.
And I noticed, I was looking back on I was recently trying to figure out what are my likes and dislikes. And something that really jumped out at me is I was always into all the spiritual stuff. Like anything that had to do with magic, like Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, or Bewitched, or I Dream of Jeannie, or Charmed, loved Charmed. Yeah. Or like any of those shows that had to do with magic, I was all in. Yeah. And it's funny because now I'm like, oh, why? And all these things are now just kind of like coming back up, being like, remember me? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Yeah.
No, I see them as like different like lines or rivers of energy, and they're like different categories in our life. And you can actually look at you can think of the houses as like that. Like, the first house is the house itself. Like, you have the North Node in Pisces. This is important. You have the North Node in Pisces conjunct your part of fortune. The part of fortune, do you know what that is?
No.
So that's this little like X on the right.
Okay.
And the horseshoe up is the North Node, right? It's actually a triangulation between the ascendant, the sun, and the moon. So it's a fictional point. But the idea is that with the part of fortune, it's like the treasure. If your chart is a treasure map, X marks the spot. Okay. That if you focus your energy there, right, that's where you get all the rewards in life, right?
Okay, where am I focusing then?
Well, it's in the first house, which is, so although you are in an Aquarian ascendant, the first house having your North Node in Pisces, which is about creativity, right? That's the actress and the model and all that. That's where how that manifests, because your first house is very important in your chart, right? So because of that, it being
in my chart specifically, not everybody.
No, in yours.
Yeah, in mine.
No, because most people, well, it's a 1 in 12 chance where you're North Node,
right? Hilarious.
But for yours in the first house like that, it makes it incredibly important that you are kind of in a public profession, right? And you're able to express yourself creatively in a public. Because in the lifetime before this, I get the sense you were very. I think your throat chakra was really closed down in the lifetime before this. You may have been in a religious community as a woman, not really had the power to express yourself, in ways that weren't like fully accepted, right?
Yeah.
So coming into this life, it is all about that self-expression. And with it being public, like that's the way that your soul is designed for you to be able to do that.
That's incredible. So I need to put my focus in my first
creativity.
Yeah.
The other aspect of Pisces, the two most spiritual signs are Pisces and Scorpio. Right.
For me.
No, in general.
Oh, in general.
Right. Those are, so Pisces is the ruler of the 12th house, which is the house of dreams, the house of the unconscious, right?
Okay.
The house of art, the house of mediumship. It's an aspect of mediumship, although Scorpio, 8th house is more technically, but the 8th and the 12th are the spiritual houses, right?
Okay.
So essentially with that Pisces North Node being so prominent because it's in the first house and it's conjunct the part of fortune, the more you go into the spiritual side of things in life, it will open up opportunities that, you are very well aspected with money because you have Mars in the second house in Aries. So, and I would imagine if you go after opportunities yourself versus like others doing it for you, like you can probably pitch yourself better than an agent in certain ways, I would imagine, right?
I feel like if I just show up and be me, I'd do better.
Exactly. And that's because it's an Aries, which is all about leadership, the self, right? So, and it's actually opposite. It's on and oppositions are often actually good energy, especially because it's a Libra opposition, right? It's opposing that Mercury and that Moon, right? Which is good. So you will bode well, especially projects that, again, you're collaborating with others, with other people, or with the right people, right?
Right.
It will actually bode well financially. So
lovely.
And the 11th house, you have Saturn and Uranus in Sagittarius as well. A traveler.
Yeah.
A traveler. International traveler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Internationally. Yeah, for sure. All the time.
You should try to visit the chakras of the earth if you haven't yet.
That's a great goal.
Yeah, I have that goal too.
Oh my God.
Which ones have you been to?
I don't know.
Okay, where are they?
Where are the chakras of the earth?
Root chakra. Root chakra. Okay, that's Mount Shasta, where I'm doing my retreat in May.
Okay.
Welcome to come.
Fun.
Both of you are welcome to come.
Thank you. Okay.
And the second chakra is Peru. Machu Picchu.
Where
I'm doing my other retreat in 2025. Right.
That's so funny. Okay.
And actually, what's funny is I haven't been to those yet. So I'm like, why not just do a retreat
there, right? So right. Yeah.
Third chakra is Uluru.
Okay. Where's
Australia?
Oh,
Ayers Rock,
been to Australia.
which is one of the most spectacular just things on earth.
Okay.
And yeah, that was the first one I went to. Fourth chakra is Glastonbury in England.
Oh, so I've been to England.
Where Stonehenge is.
I've been to Stonehenge.
You have?
I've been there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yay!
There
Okay,
you're there. Okay, you've been
there. Okay.
And then the fifth chakra, okay, the throat chakra, is the pyramids, or the pyramids of Egypt.
Oh, I need to do that.
Yep.
That one I know.
I've been there. And then the third eye chakra supposedly moves around. I don't know where it's supposed to be, but the crown is Mount Kailash in the Himalayas.
Okay.
That's the Tibetans have always worshipped that as like literally the gates between heaven and earth.
Interesting.
Mount
Where?
Kailash.
Okay,
in
Tibet. In Tibet. Okay,
Yep.
Tibet. And we don't know where the third eye is.
No, do you know?
No. I don't even know where
Anyone
any
know?
of them were. No,
Anyone out there know?
In the comment if you know.
Comment below.
Yeah, comment if you know.
Where do you think that the third eye is?
Yeah. What's something I can do? I can take away from this where I can like work on opening this guy up. Because I'm a Virgo and I like.
Have you done plant medicine?
Huh? Yes.
You have.
I just did ayahuasca.
You did.
And that's why my heart's open. I think right now.
What did you feel that opened up?
Well, my heart
Yeah.
bursted open.
Did you cry a lot through it?
I did cry. I needed to. I was very somatic. I had so much somatic release.
One thing with
I was constantly like,
Virgos like sometimes don't know how to cry.
Yeah, well, I know how to cry. I don't know how to cry.
I'm a Scorpio. I cry every day.
I'm like a happy, I'll cry if something's happy, and I think so.
I cry listening to a Taylor Swift song. Like I cry at everything.
Amazing. I don't, but emotions was something I wasn't feeling. I literally lost how to feel, and then anything that was thought of as like a negative emotion, like anger and things like that, I didn't allow myself to even think about. So everything had to be like positive. I was in denial, and even when I was,
that is very Virgoan.
Yeah, and when I wasn't I wasn't interested in negative. I was like, no, I'm good. How can I not be good? Look at my life. Look at me. I still have both my parents. I have people who love me. I would feel selfish.
Yeah.
Like asking for help or saying that I need help in my life or I'm angry or I'm not I'm always grateful, but it would make me feel ungrateful if I were to focus on anything negative. So I would deny and shut down.
It's like the Olivia Rodrigo song. I'm grateful all the time, right? I'm pretty and I'm kind. Then she starts screaming.
Oh no, I don't know that song.
All American Bitch, Olivia Rodrigo.
I know of her. Yeah, but I don't know that song now. I will look at it. But so I was in this whole denial, and ayahuasca, I feel, helped me feel and learn that that's how you heal. Because I was starting to get all these different diseases. Yeah. I was starting to literally get I was starting to get unhealthy. Okay. It was physically affecting me. Okay. Oh my God. And that's the only reason I started to then dive into to start to cure. And then in order to cure that, I was learning, your heart chakra is closed. Oh, well, you need Qigong. You need all these energetically spiritual and energetic alignments. That's why your shit's all fucked up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that is what helped me, catapulted me even more into a personal journey of introspection and spirituality and all these things that I'm now on. Beautiful. And to answer,
okay, because you asked, how do I open this up?
Yes.
Plant medicine is the fastest way.
Okay, good.
So, ayahuasca is a journey.
Oh, yeah,
it's not a one and done.
No, it's not.
Right?
I'm going back.
Yes, because every time you go, it'll be opening, like in Alice in Wonderland, opening a new door.
Oh, yay. Okay, good.
Okay.
I need that.
And that will continue to, not just for you, but for everyone watching, the obvious, well, actually, a lot of people don't know. Stay away from fluoride.
Okay.
Because fluoride calcifies the pineal gland. The pineal gland is the part of the brain that is associated with the third eye.
That's true. Oh, my goodness.
And, as much as you can, staying away from processed foods. Obviously, traveling, it's impossible, but,
I've been really good. I'm really good at that.
I almost want to move to LA just so I can, frequent Whole Foods, Erewhon,
Yeah, or I farmers markets.
Juice, Mexican juice stands on the side of the road. This is great.
Cool.
New York,
it's
is not
cool.
as...
farmers markets are huge.
Yeah.
People who can grow their own food, and then you either do that yourself or you befriend people and you have a little trade system. I mean, go back to the basics and how we started.